February 13th, 2017, two friends, 14-year-old Libby German and 13-year-old Abby Williams, decided to enjoy a winter's day off school by hiking the historic Monon High Bridge Trail in Delphi, Indiana. It was a picturesque, albeit isolated path winding over Deer Creek. Libby, ever vigilant, captured moments on her phone, a selfie, a scenic view, and then a blurry video. In that grainy footage, a man in a blue jacket is seen walking behind them. What followed was a voice chillingly calm, uttering just two words: "Down the hill." Hours later, when the girls failed to return, a desperate search began. The next morning, their bodies were found, a short distance from the bridge, near the very creek they had crossed. The tranquility of Delphi was shattered. The crime scene was brutally remote, offering few traditional clues. Investigators faced a daunting task: a lack of blood evidence, no clear signs of a struggle visible to the naked eye, and an isolated location with minimal foot traffic. However, Libby's quick thinking provided the case's most crucial pieces of evidence: the blurry photograph of the suspect and that haunting audio recording. Despite these vital clues, early suspect sketches, based on witness accounts and the limited visual evidence, proved confusing and varied, portraying a younger, then an older man. The initial investigation struggled, bogged down by the scarcity of forensic material that could definitively link a perpetrator to the scene. Years dragged on, marked by public appeals, ever-changing suspect profiles, and the agonizing silence from the perpetrator. The small community of Delphi lived in a constant state of fear and frustration. Law enforcement released multiple composite sketches, each slightly different, leading to public confusion and a deluge of tips that often led nowhere. The sheer volume of leads, combined with the lack of direct forensic evidence, made the case a quagmire. The families of Abby and Libby, alongside the entire nation, watched, waited, and pleaded for answers, as the Monon High Bridge became a haunting symbol of unresolved grief and a terrifying mystery. Then, in October 2022, nearly 6 years after the murders, a breakthrough arrived. Richard Allen, a 50-year-old man who lived in Delphi and worked at a local CVS, was arrested and charged with the murders of Abby and Libby. The arrest sent shockwaves through the community, not just because Allen was a seemingly ordinary resident, but because his property bordered the very trail the girls had walked. The key piece of evidence: an unspent .40 caliber bullet found near the girls' bodies, later linked to a handgun owned by Allen. This discovery provided the tangible connection investigators had desperately sought for years, finally giving the case a concrete direction. Richard Allen's legal battle is now underway, shrouded in complex motions, claims of prosecutorial misconduct, and a continuing fight for truth. The defense has presented alternative theories, including the involvement of a cult, adding further layers to an already convoluted case. Yet the core evidence, the bullet, the proximity, and potentially the chilling voice from Libby's phone, remains central. For the families of Abby and Libby, the fight for definitive justice continues, a marathon of pain and hope. The haunting echo of "Down the Hill" still reverberates, a constant reminder of the day two girls were lost, and a community irrevocably changed, still seeking full answers.